She also called Nicki Minaj ain't Barbie. She also tweeted to Nicki Minaj, why you keep bringing up my album? It's not the gag that you think it is. You've been in the game like 16 years. You need to compare yourself to your peers. That started around your time. Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Drake. Those are the numbers you need to be competing with, and you can't because you're doing lower than all of them. I was in high school when you came out. What are you comparing yourself to me for?
This is my thing, Nicki Minaj, right? Why would I be here sitting in line like, oh yeah, I did this, I did that, knowing that the next day there's gonna be so much footages of that same night?
Things are getting messy between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. What started as a few jokes about album sales has turned into something much more personal. And honestly, this time, Cardi might have gone too far. She crossed a serious line by leaking Nicki's medical records, exposing her fertility struggles and addiction problems. Fans are completely split. Some think Cardi was justified, while others believe she went way out of bounds. Was she right to share Nicki's private information like that? Saucy Santana thinks so. He's standing with Cardi. But should he be? What really happened? And why did Cardi decide to expose Nicki's past? More importantly, will there be consequences for her actions? So yes, Nicki and Cardi are at it again. Many people thought the two had settled things after their physical fight back in 2018, but it seems Nicki isn't done. She jumped back into the feud by posting several tweets aimed directly at Cardi. And get this, she used lyrics from Cardi's own song, Magnet, to throw shade. Cardi recently dropped a new album called Am I the Drama, and Nicki feels that title suits her better. To make her point, Nicki posted a picture of eagles online, which fans quickly interpreted as a jab at Cardi. Why? Because Cardi's album cover shows a group of crows.
It's only a matter of time before Nicki Minaj and Cardi B started going back and forth online after Cardi B's album numbers came out, and this beef will truly never end. So Cardi's new album, Am I the Drama, debuted with 200,000 units, which she was celebrating because this is a big debut. But Nicki Minaj was celebrating because Cardi's album did not outsell Nicki's album Pink Friday 2, which debuted with 228,000 units back in 2023. It's clear that Nicki has been checking Cardi's numbers because of what she's been tweeting all day today, which started with a picture of an eagle. Now, Cardi's album cover and her visuals include crows, so fans figured out that this tweet was directed at Cardi because I guess crows have some sort of beef with eagles where they jump on eagles' back trying to peck them and get a reaction out of the eagles, but the eagle does not fight back. Instead, the eagle just flies higher and the crow just cannot catch up, so it eventually flies away.
And Nicki didn't stop there. In one post, she wrote $4.99. Which seemed to mock the iTunes sale price of Cardi's album. For context, that same album just hit #1 on the Billboard 200 chart. The funny part is, Nicki once priced her own album at $4.99 too, so making fun of Cardi for it doesn't really make sense.
$4.99, referring to Cardi discounting her album to $4.99 on iTunes, which I don't know why she said because Nicki also discounted Pink Friday 2 to $5 2 years ago.
That's when Cardi had enough and decided to clap back. She posted, "You must have missed me, huh? Crazy. Now kiss my feet." Followed by, "Nothing more annoying than a bored the power I have to make these come out of rehab every time. Go to your room." She even called Nicki Barbie to mock her. Of course, Nicki wasn't about to walk away. She fired back using lines from Cardi's song Magnet, writing, "ABC defeat surgery to look like me. Tell the rat and tell Jay-Z. Rico fraud and perjury." Then she followed it up with another tweet, falling off the charts with a big belly, running trains, barefoot, still smelly, still you couldn't outsell me. She also called Cardi Barney dangerous. Cardi, being who she is, didn't stay quiet either. She jumped on X and questioned why Nicki kept talking about her new album. Cardi is 32 now and released her first hit in 2017, while Nicki, who's 42, dropped hers in 2010. Fans never really cared about their age gap, but Cardi used it to point out how unfair the comparison was. She wrote, "Why you keep bringing up my album? It's not the gag you think it is. You've been in the game 16 years. You should compare yourself to people who started when you did. Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Drake. Those are your numbers to compete with, and you can't. Because you're doing less than all of them. I was in high school when you came out. Why are you comparing yourself to me?" Cardi also tweeted, "Damn, she was streaming Magnet hard as hell, huh?" Then added, "Nah, cause I was really baking ribs and blondie brownies. And here comes this bothering me on a Monday." To top it off, Cardi dropped her own bars aimed at Nicki's Magnet diss. A BCDEEFG, your man had to snatch pee, but tastes like honeycomb. Your bro be touching years old. She was referring to Nicki's brother's prison sentence for inappropriate behavior. And if there's one thing Nicki doesn't tolerate, it's anyone dragging her family. So instead of staying quiet, she jumped right back on X.
He then tweeted an AI photo of Cardi B as Barney, and Cardi tweeted this photo of Nicki's brother's mugshot with a pink.
Cardi didn't hold back. She fired off a sharp tweet that not only defended herself but also exposed Nicki's struggles with infertility. Cardi wrote, "All right, now this the third tweet talking about my pregnancy. Like you wasn't going to different fertility doctors because you couldn't reproduce from all them perks scrambling your eggs. Not allegedly. Lord, protect my babies." It was a harsh response and fans went wild. One person commented, "Not allegedly. Oh girl, you ate that, lem foul." Another said, "Cardi never misses with her clapbacks. She went from defending herself to turning it into a fertility clinic story." At this point, the drama had moved far beyond music. It was turning into something personal and serious. But what Cardi and some fans didn't realize is that this kind of tweet could actually get her in legal trouble. Sharing someone's private medical details isn't just messy. It can break the law. If Nicki decides to take action, she could sue Cardi for a serious amount of money. One account on X even pointed it out, saying, "Just in, Cardi B may have violated state laws by revealing Nicki Minaj's medical history. Could go further if HIPAA is involved." That means Cardi could be facing lawsuits for invasion of privacy and defamation, especially if Nicki proves those claims are false. But even if they're true, Cardi's public statements could still cause problems, and it doesn't stop there. Remember when Cardi hinted that Nicki had addiction issues? That's another major issue. Nicki has been open about her past struggles. In 2023, she told Rolling Stone that she became dependent on Percocet, a painkiller prescribed for her menstrual pain. She said, "No one told me this was a narcotic or that it was addictive. Luckily, I was able to ground myself. But once an addict, always an addict." If you've ever been through addiction, which I have, you always have to think twice and 3 times about your choices. Still, getting out of that dark phase wasn't easy for Nicki. In 2024, she was detained while leaving Amsterdam during her Pink Friday Second World Tour after authorities claimed they found substances in her luggage.
As soon as possible.
What am I doing? What am I doing? I never gave anyone so I'm under arrest.
Yes.
But
yes.
Under arrest for what?
Stop filming now.
I'm under arrest for what?
It's clear that Cardi is in risky territory right now. But online, people don't seem too bothered. Fans and even some celebrities are treating the whole thing like it's just another rap feud. Ice Spice, for example, reacted to the chaos with a giggling emoji. Then there's former City Girls member JT, who sided with Nicki after Cardi appeared to throw shade at her in Magnet. JT wrote, "Lol, that beat home ugly and mad, no celebration. I would have been breakdancing right now if I was #1. But she knows she lied. She was basically accusing Cardi of faking her album sales to get the top spot. Serious disrespect. That's when Saucy Santana jumped in. He posted a video of himself vibing to Cardi's diss track aimed at JT, making it clear which side he's on in this growing feud. To be fair, Saucy has always been on Cardi's side, and there's a reason for that. Back in 2022, he actually asked Nicki for a collaboration. At that time, he was still a barb and supported her heavily. They went live together on Instagram, and Saucy, being bold, asked, "When am I getting my feature?" Nicki didn't take it well. She looked annoyed, stayed quiet, and gave him a cold stare. Saucy even thought her mic was muted because she refused to respond.
My feature. Hold on, turn it down there, I can't.
After that awkward live session, Saucy has stayed loyal to Cardi ever since, which explains why he's still backing her now. But fans think that might not be the smartest move at the moment, especially since Cardi's tweets could land her in legal trouble. Nicki and Cardi's feud isn't new. Their tension really started back in 2018 after the release of Motorsport, a song by Migos that featured both of them. Fans immediately sensed that the two were throwing shade at each other in their verses, though both denied it. Cardi told Complex, "I feel like people just want that drama because it's entertaining." Nicki, on the other hand, tweeted, "These are men in our culture who simply refuse to let it go." Still, fans didn't buy it, and they turned out to be right. When the Motorsport music video dropped, viewers noticed that Nicki filmed her scenes separately from Cardi and Migos. That same month, Cardi addressed the issue in an interview with Capital Extra, where she revealed that Nicki hadn't even finished her verse when she first heard the song.
I spoke to her before. I saw her in person before.
What happened?
We spoke about things.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't like getting into detail because it's like, I'm
not trying to get the gossip. I'm just saying that you good, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
because you're on the track together, so I wanted to.
Well, when I heard the track,
right,
her verse was in Finnish. Well, it's not the verse that is on right now. And, Quavo told me, to get on the song. And I just felt like it's perfect opportunity for me to be on a track that is
That's when everything started spiraling out of control. Cardi's comments made Nicki look weak in front of fans, and Nicki wasn't about to let that slide. The next day, she jumped on X and wrote, "The corniest thing you can be is ungrateful. Give thanks." That short message said a lot. It was clear she felt disrespected. A few months later, Nicki finally opened up about how she really felt. In an interview, she admitted, "The only thing that Cardi did that really hurt my feelings was the first interview after Motorsport came out. It just really hurt me because the only thing she kept saying was, 'I didn't hear that verse.'" She changed her verse. Nicki made it obvious that she felt snubbed and unappreciated. Attention only got worse. What followed was pure chaos. The feud exploded when both rappers showed up at the Met Gala. Cameras flashed, fans watched closely, and everyone could feel the tension in the air. What was supposed to be a glamorous night turned into a heated moment that people are still talking about years later. Now, things have reached a whole new level. Cardi might be winning on social media with her fiery clapbacks, but her decision to leak Nicki's medical history could end up costing her much more than internet praise. Legal experts say she could face lawsuits for defamation or invasion of privacy. And even if she avoids court, her reputation might take a serious hit. On top of that, people like Saucy Santana fueling the drama are only making things messier. What started as a rap rivalry has now turned into something far beyond music. A mix of pride, personal attacks, and public pressure. Fans are divided, lawyers are watching, and both artists are standing their ground. The real question now is, will Cardi's bold moves finally break Nicki's confidence, or will they backfire and break her instead? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. This feud isn't ending anytime soon. If you've been following the Nicki versus Cardi drama and want more updates like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next.